In this video, I'll teach you how to automatically import data that sits in a Google Drive folder into a Google Sheet tab. So suppose I have a list of CSV files here, and I want to kind of import the latest CSV file into this Google Sheet. How would I do that? So there is a solution where you can use Google's Appscript feature to basically import the latest CSV file that's uploaded into this folder into the Google Sheet. So in order to do this, the first thing you'll need to do is go into your extensions and then click Appscript. And then once you click that, it's going to open up this Appscript editor. So here's where we'll kind of type our JavaScript code to automatically import data from this folder. So the first thing you'll do is to define your function. So we can define it by using function import latest CSV and then specify the open braces. Next, we'll have to specify the folder and sheet information. So you can do this by specifying or declaring your variables. So we'll need to declare two variables here. So one is the folder ID and the second is the sheet name. So in your folder ID, you'll need to specify the folder where the CSV file sits. So in this case, we have the CSV files in this folder, and you can retrieve the folder ID from the URL by copy pasting this section of the URL. So basically the part that goes after folders and then slash. And then you'll just need to copy paste that within the single quotes. And then for the sheet name, this needs to match whichever sheet or whichever tab rather in the Google Sheet where you want the data to import. So in this case, it's going to import into the data tab. So we leave this as data. Perfect. Now, next, we'll need to actually write the code to get the files from the folder. So this can be done by declaring files and then basically saying driveapp.getFolderById, parenthesis folder ID, which is the folder ID we specified here, .getFiles. Cool. So next, we'll need to write the code to actually get the latest file. So this can be done using something like this, where we're basically first initializing latest file as null and latest date as 0. And then we loop through all the files in the folder. And then for each file, what we want to check is if the file name contains raw data. So in this example, we only want to import the CSV files that contain raw data in the name, and we don't want to import anything else. So we're going to specify that in our code, so includes raw data. If you want to specify another wildcard, you can tweak this and then it will retrieve the files that contain this piece of text in the file name. And then if both conditions are met, it's going to update the latest file and latest date. So this is what this line of code does, basically. Next, we'll write the code to actually import the latest file. So this can be done using something like this, where we're saying if the latest file is found, it's going to read the file content and parse it as CSV data. And then it's going to get the specified sheet or create it if it doesn't exist yet. And then finally, it's going to clear the sheet and populate it with the CSV data. So I think that should be it. We just want to make sure that we close our function here. So we opened it using open braces here. So we want to close it like this. And then what we can do is try and run this code using this button here. So I just clicked run and we'll wait and see if the data gets imported into our data sheet here. So there you go. our script was able to automatically pull the data into this data tab. So to take this to the next level, what you can do is kind of create a button here that automatically runs this script when clicked. So the way to do that is go into Insert and then Drawing. And then we're going to select Rounded Rectangle. And then we'll just change this to something like yellow. And I think that works. And we'll click Save and Close. So there's our button. Now let's just name this Import Latest Data. Cool. Let me just make this bigger. So now what you can do is actually assign a script to this button. So the way to do that is by right-clicking the button and then clicking the three dots over here and then clicking on Assign Script. And what you will want to include in this Assign Script portion is the name of your function, which is import latest CSV. So just copy paste that into this field here and then click OK. So now whenever you click this button, it's going to run that script and basically update the data for you. So to illustrate this, I can delete the data here. And then when I click this button here, what it does is automatically populate and import the latest CSV file from this folder. So that's great. Now you can take this a notch further by kind of scheduling the script on a daily or hourly basis to automatically pull the data from this folder. So the way to do that is click this Triggers tab under your Appscript and then click on Add Trigger. Select your function, which is Import Latest CSV. And then what you want to do is click on Time Driven and then Hour Timer. This will basically run the script every hour and attempt to pull the latest CSV file that is in this folder. So that way, whenever there's a latest raw data file that is sent or is uploaded into this folder, this script will run on an hourly basis and import that latest data into this tab, basically. And you also have the option to manually import the data by clicking this button. So there you have it. That's how you can use a simple Appscript function to automatically import data from Google Drive to Google Sheets. I hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe.